Hello and welcome to Everything in the TARDIS console! So, the first thing I want to say before we get to anything else is that, well, if you hadn't figured by my attire and my tea here, I'm a little down and tired today. Just so you know, in case it affects the video and, well, the supposed review I'm doing in the video. So yeah, I'm not maybe in the best video making condition, but I still wanted to make this one today because I still feel good enough to talk about the thing I'm intending to talk about in this video. And I really did not feel up to it yesterday, and I won't have time tomorrow. So yeah, and I want to keep to the schedule, so I'm doing it now, but fair warning that I'm a bit tired. But you know, I got my tea to keep me comparatively energized. It's yogi chocolate tea, which is basically my drug. Yeah, I'm like addicted to this stuff. With that out of the way, let's get to the actual topic of the video. So today I'm going to talk about another 10th Doctor and Donna audio drama by Big Finish. This time it's Time Reaver. I'm gonna drink some tea. Where was I? Yes, Time Reaver. So, before I get into the actual story and characters, I want to sort of give a friendly warning to people who use headphones when listening to Big Finish. There's a part in the beginning where it does get like a little too loud and noisy. Like, it is supposed to be loud and noisy, like that's kind of the point, because the setting is loud and noisy, but I feel like they took it a little too far for it to be, you know, okay for us listeners. Thankfully it's quite short, so, cause, well, then the Doctor finds a way for him and Donna to not have to listen to all this loud noise, and then we as listeners don't have to listen to it either, so that's great. Just a friendly warning for those of you who use headphones that you might want to be a little careful in the beginning. You know, save your ears. With that said, I think this story had, well, a couple of really interesting concepts that I also think were like utilized better compared to the concepts in Technophobia. Not that Technophobia did it like awfully, but if you watched my video on that, you know that I was a little disappointed in it, that I felt like they could have taken it further than they did. With Time Reef, I feel like they did as well as they could within the time they had. So talking a little bit more about those interesting concepts, one that has also been used in a couple of other audios, but that I always have kind of liked, and particularly when it's used to somewhat comical effect, is this idea that order, while generally a good thing, can be taken too far. There's a limit to how far you can take the idea of order before it becomes more of a hindrance than an actual help. And that's one concept that they touch a bit on in regards to one of the alien races in Time Reaver, because that's a race that is very like obsessed with order, where like there are forms for everything, and like they are so occupied with these forms being filled right and people having licenses for everything and stuff that they don't actually get to the root of the actual problem. They need the Doctor to like push through those barriers of order taken to the extreme for them to actually get to the problem. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of funny when they show that, so that's a good thing. As is this tea, this is the heavenly drink. This is not a tea review, I assure you. And then the other concept is, of course, the actual titular thing, which is the time Reaver, which is this device or something that can be part of other devices that essentially slows down time. It was initially made by this order-loving race for good. Like, they wanted to use it so that they could enjoy this last sunset together for a longer period than they would otherwise. And, you know, that's nice and good and everything. But then the problem comes when one of them, the daughter to the inventor of these devices, thinks that, like, maybe it would be nice for other races and, you know, people on other planets to also enjoy these nice things for an extended period of time. So she steals some of these devices and goes off to, like, sell them to other people. What she doesn't realize is that some of these other people will want to use these for weapons. I think it's also interesting because usually when we think of the idea of being able to extend time at will, I think most people see that as a good thing, because a lot of the time we want more time. We want more time to do the stuff we enjoy, or even the stuff we don't enjoy. Like, we might want more time to get done in time because we're on a deadline and this needs to be done quickly, and like, we want more time, we want more time. What we might not be thinking about in those moments is that these devices that can stretch out time can also be used to prolong moments where we want time to go more quickly, like when we're bored or when we're in pain, which is kind of where the weaponized side of these devices come in. That, like, it's coupled with guns and bombs that put their victims in pain for a really long time before they actually die, essentially torturing them. Interesting that, like, this concept of prolonging time was meant to be a good thing, and often when we think about being able to prolong time at will, we see that as a good thing, but it can also be used as a really, really bad thing. And yeah, I like that this story dealt with that. I need more tea. Now, in regards to the supporting cast, I found them a bit more interesting than the supporting cast of Technophobia. Though granted, I think that's largely down to the supporting cast of Time Reaver being aliens, which isn't always something that makes characters more interesting than if they're humans. Like, there are human characters that are like extremely interesting, and there are alien characters that are not so interesting. But I think in this particular comparison between Time Reaver and Technophobia, I think that's like the primary thing that puts the Time Reaver cast above the Technophobia cast for me. Like, because otherwise I feel like they're on about the same level, but because they are aliens, the Time Reaver cast becomes a little more interesting. To me, anyway. With that said, this is once again the case of the Doctor and Donna outshining all the rest of the cast. In my opinion. Like, they are extremely well written. Like, Donna in particular, I feel like her character is kind of used also better here compared to Technophobia. At least I don't feel like there's like wasted potential the way I felt in Technophobia with her. I feel like, particularly in the beginning, she's hilarious. When she wants to go to the planet of the boys. So Donna. And she's dressed as a wench. also, like, Donna, I love you. You and the doctor is also very much on form. He's so him, and they are both extremely well performed by Tennant and Tate. Like, I felt particular sympathy with Donna towards the end when the doctor had spoilers. The doctor had sort of shot himself with old time Reavers, and she was like trying to look after him while he was in his time-reaved state, or whatever you wanna call it. I felt that very moving. I felt like, I mean, part of what I like about Donna is that she has this great balance between being really funny but also being like a wonderful emotional character. And I mean, that's kind of what I love about Doctor Who as well. It's like that she's between the funny and the serious, and like them being able to balance it. And I think Donna very much sort of personifies that in a way, which is part of why she's such a great companion. And this is not supposed to be a Donna review. But suppose I started talking about that because I felt like this story did really well with showing those different sides of Donna. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about it at the moment. Seriously, this tea is awesome. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy that and that I can manage to edit this down into something coherent, despite me being somewhat extra tired. But yeah, I hope you still found something good in this video, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks' time. Ciao!